very warm welcome to you in another video. And basically, if you remember the discussion that we had in the previous one, so I was referring to one of the struggles that I'm going through when it comes to the forehand, because I do not think I have that kind of control if I compare my forehand with that of the double fisted backhand, because the place where I'm aiming the ball goes there when it's the backhand side. So maybe it's because of the magic of combining the power of these two hands together that I'm having more precision compared to a single forehand. And sometimes some of my friends also wonder that people usually have a strong and precise forehand, so no wonder how come you are having a strong double fisted backhand. But I guess there are many other players on tour also who either have their forehand strong or backhand strong, so that varies from player to player. But today I had another thing in mind that I thought of discussing, and many coaches are also teaching it a lot. You can find many videos. Just search the keyword split step. So you'll be familiar with it, because it's something where the opponent, let's say whenever he's getting ready to serve the ball, and when he hits the ball, you do this. You simply, let's say these are the two legs and that's the floor, so you do this is the split step, and it matches and it's quite parallel to the hitting of the ball from your opponent. And somehow the coach say that you are equally balanced to move either right or left, front and back, depending on the split step that you have taken and the timing of that split step with that of the opponent hitting the ball. So now I have been trying it for quite a while, and calling myself as an intermediate player, not an expert or a professional. I'm not that precise and accurate when it comes to trying out this split step and doing it alongside the hitting of the opponent. The thing that happens is that the timing doesn't match, and what I have noticed is that you can do the split step somehow. What I have noticed even in matches also, parallel to the opponent's serve. When you are looking at the opponent, when he's first of all bouncing the ball, and then he simply throws it up for the ball toss, and then when he is about to hit it, when he or she is doing pronation, that is the exact time within which you do the split step. And in this way you are equally balanced and watching the ball, whether it's coming towards your backhand or the forehand. So this is the most accurate point in which you can try doing the split step if you are fully focused, fully concentrated and watching the ball and the opponent. But when it comes to the rally, once the the rally has taken a start, you have successfully returned a very fast serve from the opponent. So now he's either going to target down the line forehand or backhand cross court, and in this way you will start moving around here and there. So while you're moving from forehand to backhand, backhand to forehand, do you really think you will get that time to simply observe when the opponent is hitting the forehand or backhand, and also remembering to do a split step exact moment in which the opponent has hit the ball? I don't think it is possible for an intermediate player or a beginner player. Maybe the professionals are doing it to balance their body and then start running towards the ball. But generally what I have noticed is that intermediate players can certainly try to do the split step to be equally balanced to receive the serve of the opponent, whereas the rest of the rally is something like where you are you have hit the ball and your focus is what? If you want to be on the safer side, to cover the court from each and every corner equally, from each and every side, you have to be at the center so that your distance from different parts of the court is equal. Somehow it's not equal, because there are points that are at more distance. Let's say if you have to run diagonally towards right and left, so that would be lengthy, that will be long parts of the court, and if you have to run straight, that would be a shorter distance. If you have to run straight right or straight left, again there will be less distance. But the diagonal movement towards let's say an opponent hitting you or surprising you with a drop shot, that's going to be tough. But basically, just imagine if you have gone to the right side of the court and you simply watch the opponent or your ball, whether it's going at the right position, or is it going out? Let's say it was successful. You have hit the line perfectly, and the opponent has also reached. So if you are continuously watching the ball, what will happen? Now you are at a very far distance from the other side of the court. Had you been at the center, had you already started moving towards the center of the court, you would have a better chance of approaching the ball if he targets your backhand cross court. But if you are standing here just enjoying the shot that you have just played, so it's not gonna help you at all. So the best thing to do is that you return back to the central position where you were standing at the first place. Rather, I would say after receiving the serve. Then your position should be the center of the court, from where you can simply, target each and every shot that is coming from your opponent. And the first point was that if you have done the split step while receiving the opponent's serve, that is the split step that is, feasible and quite possible. After that, you are just running, and while running, it becomes a little difficult. If you think that a split step is also possible, quite easy, and there are some techniques that you think can make the intermediate player also become a master of doing split step while running from side to side, do share it with me as well as for the rest of viewers. We're going to learn that technique so that we can apply it to improve our game. So that was the thing that I had in mind, which I learned by watching these professionals time and again. And what I have noticed is that one way or another, they try to return back to the center position of the baseline. This is the place where they like to prefer standing, and it's not exactly on the baseline. Now we have very strong and deep hitters, which is why they prefer to have more area of making an error. They are not trying to make an error. They want to hit a strong topspin forehand as well as backhand, which is why they stand slightly behind the baseline, which gives them more area for making an error. So they do not want to make an unforced error. To avoid it, they stand at a distance, but they still try to maintain their position quite parallel to the tee of the court. So I hope that you got the idea, and do try out watching some matches. You're going to observe that the players are actually, trying to be at the central position to be able to cover all the areas of the court. This was the point that I had in mind. Thank you.